this video, I'm going to show you how to use the file browser in Linux Mint. You can find it at the bottom of the screen here. There's a shortcut. If you click that, it'll show you it's the Thunar file browser. You open that up here, and this is your main home screen for the file browser. The file browser is used to let you explore the different files on your computers. You can make folders and files in there and rearrange the ones you already have, delete things you don't want, keep everything organized, that kind of thing. At the moment, we're in our home folder, which is labeled Mint. You can tell right here because it's highlighted purple, and it also says up here at the top and at the very top of the screen here as well. Those will change as you're navigating through the different folders. Now in the home folder here named Mint, we have all of these different files inside the folder. These are all folders actually. These are all shortcuts for different folders. So if we open up Documents, you can see there's a file inside the Documents folder. And at the top now, you can see it says that we've moved on from Mint and now we're in Documents that's in Mint. Also, our shortcut for Documents on the left here is purple, letting us know we're in there as well. Now we can double click on the test file and that'll open up. It's just a little text file here. I wrote this is a test in it, and it'll tell you up here at the top of the text file that it's in your Documents folder as well. Some other good things you can do with your file browser here is we can copy files. You can right click on a file and choose to copy it. You can also, once it's highlighted purple like it is, or whatever color yours is set to, you can hit edit and then tell it to copy from there as well. Either way works. You can also use Control and C on your keyboard if you like using keyboard shortcuts. Now that it's copied, we can use our shortcut bar up here. We've got a navigation bar. This one will take you straight to your home folder. This will move you up one folder to the parent folder. The parent folder of Documents is Mint, so this button would just take you to Mint. And then we have a back and forward button as well. From here we can only go back, which also will just take you back to Mint. So now that we're in Mint, we could paste that text file here. You could either right click and choose paste. Alternatively, I could have done edit and paste right here. I could have also used the Control key plus the V key on the keyboard. That will also paste. Some other functions we could do are deleting files. If you right click a file, you'll get an option to delete it. If you go to edit, there should be an option for move to the trash or delete. Moving to the trash isn't permanently deleting it. It moves it to another folder where you just send things you don't want. Once you're positive you're done with them though, you can delete them for good. This button will just delete it outright completely. So you can also drag and drop files. So I can drag the test file and drop it in Warpinator. And now if I open up Warpinator, the test file's here in Warpinator. I can click Mint up here to go back to my Mint folder. I can go back into Documents again, and there's the other copy of the test file. It's in both places now. I can click Home here. It'll take me back to my home Mint folder. I can click the Documents button here to go back into my Documents folder, or my videos, which is empty at the moment. Maybe I want to paste in a test file here as well. Why not? But maybe I need to clean up some of these test files. I've got too many of them. So I've clicked that and I've pressed the delete key, not the backspace, but the delete key on my keyboard. That will delete the file. You'll notice it's now been moved to the trash can here. Let's grab the other extra ones floating around. Here's the one in Documents. I think he can stay. He's the original guy. We like him. But let's see. The one in Warpinator, he needs to go. I'm going to click and hold with the left mouse key and drag this one over the top of the trash folder here. And now that that's selected, I'm going to let go, and you'll see it's moved out of here. And if I click in trash, I've got two test files in the trash can now. So you can clean out your trash by hitting File, and then you can select Empty Trash from here. Alternatively, you could right click on the trash can and hit Empty Trash. I believe you can even just highlight the files, right click, and delete them from here as well. Yeah, that'll permanently delete them. Hit delete. and those files are now gone. You'll also notice here in the shortcut bar on the left here, there's a space for file system. Most people won't need to go digging around in here. Everything you need is just in your home Mint folder for the most part, as long as you keep your stuff in here. Most normal users don't really need to mess with the file system. This is just everything that's inside the computer running under the hood. This is, Linux, Mint, and everything under there going on. Once you're a bit more comfortable with computers, you could use some things in here, going around finding stuff, kind of looking around. But if you're new to computers, none of this is really anything you need to worry about. You can ignore the file system area. We usually all just work out of home and then your home folder here, which this one is Mint, and then we're right back to where we started. And then if you have any flash drives, extra hard drives, or CDs, anything external you get put into your computer like that, or internal if you have extra internal hard drives, those will show up here. There's a CD inserted into this right now. That's why there's a little CD icon there, and I can eject it when I'm done by clicking that button. And then if you happen to have anything shared across your network that's publicly available, that's another more advanced thing that I wouldn't expect most people to have unless someone set it up for them, especially if you're new to computers. But that's an option here. I don't have anything on my network at the moment that's shared. So that's a basic rundown of just some things you can do in the file browser. You can also check out your menu items up here. All of these buttons have a bunch of different options. You can create new folders or documents. You can even have multiple of these opened. And so I want to go in and say maybe drag this one from documents over here into the Mint folder itself right here. And you'll notice now it didn't make a copy, it moved it out of documents. So even if I come over here and open documents, that document's gone, which it still exists, it's just been moved right here. And then I can move it back by dragging it right here and dropping it, and you'll notice it came up right away over here. And then you can also do tabs instead of just windows. Each one of these squares is a window. A tab is kind of like different windows you can flip between inside of a window. I will show you here if you go new tab. Now we've got a tab right here and a tab right here. At the moment they're both looking at the same thing. I can put one in documents, and now this is a documents tab and this is the Mint tab. If I say take this, and I'm gonna do Control C to copy it. I'll just so you can see, I'll right click and do copy. We can take it over to Mint, and you can paste it from right here. And over here, you'll see everything's updating here as well. Now there's a test file in Mint. There's still your normal file in documents here as well. So that's just how tabs and windows work. These are tabs, this is a window, and this is another window. You can also create new folders if you need to. There's a create folder option here. If you click that, it'll ask you what you'd like to name it. We're just going to name it test folder. So now inside of our documents folder, we have a test folder and a test file. We can drag and drop the test file into the test folder, and then if we open it up, there's the test file that's in our test folder, that's in our documents folder, that's in our Mint home folder. Now, say we want to grab a bunch of files. Maybe, if you're moving CDs around, a bunch of different songs you have in your CD, your album collection, whatever. Usually there's good options here in the menu. You can select all, and it'll highlight all the different files you want. And then you can, copy, paste, delete, move, whatever you need to do, it'll do all of them. Other ways you can highlight more than one thing would be to click and drag, and you'll make this square kind of highlighting everything that gets in it with your mouse. That'll highlight all of that. If you just want to grab certain things, you can do that. You'll notice a normal left click only lets you do one at a time. Dragging and highlighting stuff will let you get things, but what if I wanted to get just the ones on the ends? and I wanted to select those. For that, you'd have to hold the control key on your keyboard, and then you could drag like this. Or alternatively, you could hold that control key and just left click on all of the ones you need, and then let go of that control key when you're done. And that's how you can select different things. You can select whatever you like that way, multiple items, by holding the control key. Let's see. One of the things that can be handy if you are looking for certain things that might be a little more advanced depending on your skill level, you could turn on the show hidden items. Now, it might not look like there's a whole lot more going on in here, but the home folder actually has a lot more going on than you would normally expect. If you ever do show hidden files, don't be alarmed. A lot of the configurations and settings for a lot of your applications and programs just kind of end up having these little hidden files and folders in your home folder for convenience sake. The little dot in front of the name is actually what makes it hidden. By default, the file manager won't show you anything with a dot in front of the name. That's how hidden files work in Linux. So let's get this cleaned back up. Do view and uncheck that. You can also, grab the corners of not just the file manager, but any window you've got, and you can drag these out once you get these little arrows to pop up when your mouse is hovering around the corner. Make them larger, stretch them out, shrink them, whatever you need to do. And let's say if you're having trouble maybe seeing these are a little smaller than you'd like, you've got options down here to zoom in or zoom out. It'll show you there's the Control plus keys, and the Control minus key should zoom in and zoom out if you'd rather use the keyboard shortcuts. You'll see every time you go to zoom in, it's just going to make those larger for you. You can adjust that to your liking. And then the Go button up here just is a quick launch to get you to the different files. Normally, nothing you need here as long as you've already got this file menu on the left, but you do have options here under Go if for some reason you'd rather use that. You can also add more shortcuts over here into your places. I want to say we should just be able to drag a folder over there. Let's find out. If I drop that wasn't it. Let's see. Send to side pane. There it is. Okay, so right-clicking on a file and sending it to the side pane, you can create a shortcut for it down here as well. You can right-click on it and remove the shortcut. You can also right-click on files and rename them. There you go. And then you get on most of your windows as well, you'll get a button up here at the top left that'll drop down and just kind of give you some options on resizing, moving around. I don't generally mess with that one too much. I just stick to the tried and true ones at the top right corner. This one minimizes everything down to the bar down here. It's in your taskbar here where it says Mint or whatever program you minimized, and if you click it, it will come back. And then the middle one up here, if you click that, it stretches whatever you have out to take up your entire screen. Clicking it again will bring it back down to where it was before, and then the X will close it and get rid of it. Now also, if you have several things opened up and you want to get back to your desktop really quick, you do have a button down here right next to your Start button as well that will minimize all the windows. It didn't close any of them. They're all three still down here at the bottom. And with these, you can right-click right from the menu to close them if you like, or you can open them back up by left-clicking. This desktop looks a little bare while we're in here. We can get that set up a little bit as well. Maybe I want to open some shortcuts from my desktop here. If I go to right-click the desktop and hit Desktop Settings, you can change your background from here, and you can put some icons on the desktop here in the Icons tab. If we check here, you'll see now we've got a shortcut to the home folder right here on our desktop. I can put the trash button in here. There it is right there. And I can also set it to show removable devices, so any flash drive, CDs, anything like that, and you can also drop that down and just check which ones you do or do not want. I just left them all checked. Okay, well, that should be a pretty good start. We'll get started with some other videos on more basic functionality later, but hopefully this should get you pushing in the right direction, starting to use the file browser. Thanks, guys.